The unsurpassed, profound, and wonderful Dharma is difficult to encounter in hundreds of millions of aeons. I now see and hear it, receive and uphold it, and I vow to fathom the Tathagata's true meaning.
This opening sutra is actually by Mo Zetian, you know Mo Zetian? Wu Zetian, the only emperor who is a lady in China. We call her the empress, but she is the king. So she was the one who actually wrote this Kai Jing Ji. Very meaningful. Important part is actually the final stanza. I vow to fathom the Tathagata's true meaning. So a lot of time in Buddhism today, we understand the Buddha Dharma on the surface level, but not so much in depth. So if we only understand on the surface level, actually we miss the point of the coming of the Buddha. Because the Buddha came here really not because of, simple Buddhism knowledge, okay? Today we will be touching something we call the Panya wisdom. This is exactly what the Buddha came here for, the Panya wisdom. For those who know Mandarin, we call it 般若智慧, 般若, okay? All right, today we're going to start on jealousy versus joy. Okay, what is jealousy? Jealousy is when we cannot get something, but others got. So we feel jealous. This is very common, okay, among human beings. Okay to feel jealous, but as long as we know. So it can be all these that we are jealous of. Number one, it can be material and wealth, right? For example, people has big car, big house, more cash, so we feel a bit jealous when we don't have, right? Next, recognition and status. When somebody has higher ranking, position, better social status, better networking with others, so we feel a little bit jealous when we don't. Next, health and beauty. Somebody more beautiful than us. Sometimes, we feel jealous. And even healthy. How come some people can be so healthy, and I'm always so weak? So sometimes we have this jealous feeling. Okay? This one includes appearance and even youth. Youthfulness is also part of the worldly pursuit, our worldly gains. Next, sometimes we feel jealous about ability or capability of others when somebody can be so efficient, so good in something, can sing so well, can talk so well. Sometimes we feel jealous. So, or maybe envious. Envious is simoa. How come she can, I cannot? And or if go deeper, it become jealousy. And then the last one is usually, this one is very, very common, relationship and attention. This one very common among what? Sibling rivalry. Sibling rivalry, like parents prefer this child, not this, so the other one not being favored, you feel very jealous. Sometimes can be detrimental, that kind of jealousy. There are so many this kind of stories, okay? And then, or maybe there are family whereby you got 2 wives, 3 wives, so sometimes all the step, so all these are the very jealous relationship in a family. Even among friends, so sometimes we want attention from this friend, so we play gang, jealous, okay? And also colleagues, jealous to get the attention of a boss. So sometimes this kind of thing happening around us. So all these 5 worldly pursuit and gains, these are the overall. Overall, there are also other nitty-gritty kind of jealousy, but these are the main ones. Okay, what is the characteristic of jealousy? Okay, usually we feel jealous because we feel small. When somebody has and I don't, it's a reflection that I'm not so good enough. Correct or not? That's why I feel jealous. I feel I am inferior. So, or maybe I feel I'm deprived. Okay? And then usually this happen to ourselves and also to the people who we love. Say, for example, my friend's husband is doing very well, but my husband is not. So I feel jealous. I feel jealous because my husband is not as capable as that husband. So sometimes we spill it over to the loved ones, or my children's result, not as good as my friend's children's result. Right? So the achievement. So this kind of thing also happening among ourselves and our loved ones. And usually we get angry with ourselves and the loved ones, because cannot keep up with the expectation inside our yardstick. Okay? And after we feel jealous, we also feel bad because we know we shouldn't. Correct or not? So these are the characteristics around jealousy. And this jealousy thing, if our view is so wrong, sometimes we just can't help it. Jealousies can be very detrimental. Some even go to the extent of killing or destroying the opponent. So jealousy is something can be very small and minute, become a gossip, or it can be something like a killing scene, right? So behind jealousy, there is always a comparison between high and low, better or worse. It's always a comparison behind. So all these are the characteristics. Okay, why do we feel jealous? Again, this one I want to stress because later when we come to the Panya, we will be using this. Why we feel jealous? Because others' success is a reflection of ourselves not good enough. We are inferior. Sometimes the feeling is 酸溜溜, sourish. That means I'm not good enough. How come he can get, I cannot get? We just cannot accept that we are weaker, we are lower. Others are better than us. So it is because our ego is hurt. Like what we've learned last time, we thought there's an I, there's an ego. And our duty is to protect our ego or to inflate our ego. So now the presence of another person with all the good things that he has, so we thought we are no good. The presence of another person make us feel small and make us feel inferior. That's why we feel hurt. Because of this, we feel jealous. This one is because we have very wrong view, okay? So, question is, how do we overcome jealousy? Okay? There are two ways to eradicate jealousy. One is using worldly wisdom. Another one using Panya wisdom. Let's go into worldly wisdom first. Worldly wisdom, usually we talk about using the law of nature, the law that governs the samsara. There are two ways under the worldly wisdom. Number one is the ignorance of karma seed, our karmic seed. So, remember during our first session, there's actually 8 consciousness in us, right? First until 8. The first 5 are actually our eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose consciousness, your tongue consciousness, and your touch consciousness, right? These 5. So, there are these 5, and yet another 6 is what? Our 6, 7, and 8. Remember the 6, 7, and 8? We used to stress last time. This is where the 3 will pass over when we die. Okay? So, upon our death, the first 5 consciousness go off because they are all body. They are bodily parts. Okay? So, left 6, 7, and 8. What is 6, 7, and 8? 6 is consciousness. You are conscious about, I'm in this hall. 7 is tendency, your character. 8 is your karma docket. Alright, so 6, 7, 8 will pass on over to next life. The first 5 will gone. So when a baby is born, so 6, 7, 8 will come forth immediately. Number 1, the baby has consciousness. Definitely, right? Number 2, the baby got characteristic. Smiling, angry, He has actually definitely his own characteristic. This is the tendency. And the baby born in a rich family or a poor family is number 8 consciousness, the karma. All right. So with 6, 7, 8, it will determine 3 things. It will determine who we are because of your karma. Okay? Who we are can come into appearance. Okay? Maybe I'm tall, I'm handsome, or I am short, ugly, beautiful, my build, my health, my talent, born a singer, born gift of the gap, born with very good IQ. All these are your 7 and your 8 that governs. Next, second, what we have. What we have also is governed by 7 and your 8. Okay, what we have includes what type of parents we have, what type of siblings, okay, my career path, what kind of spouse I will get, my children, what type of children I will get. All these are stored inside our 8 consciousness already. And finally, events that we meet. Maybe we become successful or fail in life. All these are kind of like predetermined in our 7 and 8 consciousness. You know, maybe in that life I'm supposed to divorce, have broken relationship, broken family, or maybe I strike lottery. You know, I meet with somebody who actually cherished me until I grow old. So all these are events that we meet, also we deserve. We deserve 100% of all these 3, who we are, what we have, and all the events that I meet in my life because of 6, 7, and 8. Okay? So, example are like when you're born rich, you are born pretty, you are born with a lot of talent. So these are predetermined. And especially when you're born with certain affinity with people. Some people, we got very good affinity one, you know. Like for example, let's say many of us are parents here. You put up your 10 fingers. The Chinese say, 十隻手指有長短. 10 fingers got long, got short, right? It's just like your children. Definitely, a parent will like certain child or maybe certain children compared to others inside their heart. Very funny one. You cannot deny. It's just that because this is affinity. If I happen to be not the favored one, we must understand this type of affinity you cannot fight because it's from past life. Even in my family, my mother loved my brothers, the boys. But I can understand, you see, because during her time, when they don't bear boys, their mother-in-law will get their son to marry another wife. Correct? So when they gave it to the boys are their savior. So they love the boys. So my mother loved the boys. But I don't know, I understand. Because I understand the affinity, that's why I don't get jealous with my brothers. Because of culture, affinity. So that's why if I'm not a favored child, I'm okay. Because I understand how karma works. Okay? So, like for example, I have Audrey has a friend who is a father. The daughter, he loves the daughter so much. When the daughter shit on his bed, he said the shit smells so good. Okay? And then when he gave birth to a boy, when the boy smiles at him, he said the boy looks so ugly. You see? That's why. Same children, but it's just that the affinity is very different. Okay? I'll tell you one story. This one happened last time. I think in one of the Buddhist story, I think. So there was this boy, broke off with a girlfriend. So then he was very sad. So he went to see fortune teller. So this fortune teller happens to see his past life of that situation. So he said, how come this girl want to break off from me and go for another man and marry that man, So he was so hurt and so angry with this girl. So this fortune teller look at the past life and say, you know what happened, Because in the past, this girl was a dog and happened to die at the roadside. So the fortune teller saw this man, saw the corpse and then put over a mat over the dog. So he said, yeah, you see, I'm so good, what? How come she doesn't marry me? But then after that, another man walked past, saw the corpse of the dog, go and dug up a hole, bury the dog and put a tombstone there. That man is this husband now. So which one you think she will marry? You only put a mat, Another fella go and bury the dog and then put a tombstone for the dog. You see? So these are past life affinity. That's why the girl fell for the second man because of the yanna, the good deeds between the man and the girl. So that's why a lot of times in life, it is very stupid we get jealous. Because affinity is something we cannot see. Because of the karma seed in everybody is different. So sometimes we have things like we own something which actually you cannot question. Like born, become sultan's son, rich man's son, daughter, Likashin's son, daughter. How to get jealous with them? Because their seed is very strong with the dana. Okay, so that's why we cannot feel jealous until and unless you understand how karma seed works. Okay, so there's no place for jealousy when you understand how 6, 7, and 8 works. Okay, it's actually inside our mind. With this karmic seed thing, we must realize there's no such thing as we are no good. It's just that we don't have the seed inside. Okay, especially a lot of people thought that, hey, I cannot make it in life, especially men. I cannot make it in life. I'm no good, Compared to others, you see, they're so successful. Please, it's not that you are incapable or you are of inability. It's because you don't have dana. You don't have the seed inside you. I see so many people who are so smart, so hardworking, and know so many people, and so diplomatic, and yet just cannot make it in life. Why? But after I look, a bit calculative this man. Because the dana is not inside his seed, his karmic seed. There was one time, this man asked the Buddha, I cannot do well in my career, my life. What am I supposed to do? The Buddha only answered, do more dana. The Buddha didn't say, be hardworking, work very hard. Sorry, wrong matching, which is the second topic I'm going to talk about. Okay, so that's why it's very important, if you want to be successful and you want to do well in life, we must do dana. Nobody is incapable one. Because every one of us is a Buddha by ourselves, inside us. This is something undeniable. When the day that Buddha became a Buddha, the first thing he said, qi zai, qi zai, surprise, surprise, surprise. When he came out from that meditation, he saw every living being, every sentient being is a Buddha nature by itself, including an ant. Even an ant has a Buddha nature inside that ant. Okay, whether this is an ant or this is a bodhisattva, it depends on whether this Buddha nature is darkened or is very bright. All we need to do is to eradicate our wrong view and our karmic debt. That's all. When the Buddha nature shines out in us, we are already there. You get me, no? We are actually as warm and as bright as a Buddha, no? But it's just that our Buddha nature is very darkened because of our wrong view and our ignorance. Okay? So, in the whole path of Dharma, actually, what we need to do is to eradicate all this dirt, You don't put in all the good things. We don't need good things. The good things are already inside. But we try to learn a lot of effect. Try to be nice, be humble, be grateful. Actually, we are trying to learn the effect. Don't learn the effect. The effect cannot be learned one. Because the effect is effect. It is something you understand. You start to view things differently, and all your karmic deck drops. You start to wake up. Then all this effect will gush out by itself. You don't learn effect, you see. Okay, we come to that later. All right, so that's why when we want to do well in life, remember to do more dana. A friend of mine was telling me, cannot lah, Buddhism, why you want to do dana? So many intention, you want to get good karma only. I say, yeah, some people may have wrong connotation, thinking of doing dana, you want to get good karma, make more money, Actually, with this intention is bad. But the question is, there are other intentions that come together. All right, when I do more dana, then retribution is whatever I do, turns out to be a success, Then this one make my confidence grow. So this one enhance my confidence in life. And also this good dana that give you good success will give you very good opportunity to further the dharmic path. You can cultivate better. Just imagine a person who is so hungry, so busy, so drawn down by all this stress. You ask them to listen to Dharma, sometimes it's very difficult, you see. So that's why you need good karma to be able to sit in the hall to listen to the Dharma talk. That's why we need the dana for this reason. Not to say you take that dana, get very good money, to enjoy yourself in life. That one is not so Buddhism lah. But really the dana is for us to, gain more success in life, and then after that cultivate along the way. Okay, so remember, has nothing to do with ability. Okay, do not think that I cannot make it in life because I'm no good. Others is better. That's why when we feel no good, we feel even more jealous. The moment our distance get further and further from others. Okay, but this is a wrong view. Okay, wrong view. So that's why it's very important we must have this right view, you see. A lot of times we cannot do well in life is because we don't have the karmic seed. We don't have that 5 worldly gains, that 5 worldly gains just now we went through, is because we don't have that karmic seed. If you want to blame it on our cultivation. We didn't actually take good care of our 6, 7, 8. It has nothing to do with ability. It has nothing to do with our capability. Okay? So we don't have to feel too jealous. Sometimes we must understand the working of karma. Okay? So this is the first one. The second way to eradicate jealousy is to understand how karmic match works. Okay? You have to understand, no, you don't match wrongly. When you match wrongly, we will go into ignorance, then all this funny emotion will arise. Okay, for example, when I see a friend who is very successful, okay, and doing very well, so I tell myself, I must work hard. I want to be like him. So I work very hard. Okay? Unfortunately, I don't have that karmic seed. So no matter how hard I work, I just couldn't be like him. Many of us are like that one. And so I thought, actually, I'm not good and I'm not as capable as that person. Which is actually wrong because we match it wrongly. We thought being successful, being wealthy and high profile is that we have to be very hardworking, Actually, this is the wrong match. This is what the word tells us only. You listen to what the Buddha said. It's dana. Okay? We can go through one by one. Okay, with all the 5 worldly gains, right? Number 1, wealth, again, dana. Okay, this one I like to stress because this is always the hurting point for a lot of men. Actually, a lot of men, they thought they are not doing well in life. They are very weak. Actually, this is very, very wrong. Because with my own research, I can prove this. I can prove to you this is very, very wrong connotation. Okay? So, I have a friend. She is a young lady only. A nice girl, very generous. So one day, she was on her way up to see a client. Went into the lift. Suddenly, halfway the lift opened up, a politician came in together with the bodyguard. So they were talking in the lift. Then she greeted the politician. Okay? So after talking for a while, don't know why, suddenly the politician gave a name card. She contacted the politician, gave her a multi-million project. She met him in the lift only. Not what networking lunch lah, no what dinner, no need. When your karma arrives, even in a lift, you will meet the person who gave you the multi-million project. From there, she became very rich. It's like that lah. It's your dana. You tell me she's very smart lah. I don't think so. I have another friend. She's worth, I think, 10, 20 million now. Okay? Not to say super rich lah, but very, very comfortable already. You ask me, every time when we tell a joke, she's the last one to smile. Because she cannot get it. And yet, she's so successful. That means, very successful people may not be very smart, you know. You get me, not? No need very smart one. You get? So that's why we have to match it correctly. It was the dana. Okay? And then another one. Beside dana, for money, you don't steal. This one is all I see. I have another friend, very rich, because she's very generous. She's very generous, and then she buy everybody a lot of presents, you know, and give donation, dana, very generous. Okay? That's why she's very rich. However, all this dana she did was from stolen money. Stolen money. Okay? And because of this, she meets with very big downfall. All her money gone. Like that lah. So you match the karma. Okay? There are certain things that happen inside karma. Karma can be very complicated but very interesting. I also tell you another very interesting story. I have this client. He is super rich. I think worth maybe about 50 million personally. But he lived like a pauper. He lived like a beggar. When you see him in Bukit Bintang, that side, he always walk around the alleys. And the way you see him, you thought he is the person who sweep the street. But I am the accountant. That's why I know. Okay? Or else nobody will care about this old man. Then everybody asks, why? Why is this man, what kind of karmic retribution that he is so rich, so super rich, and yet he lives like a beggar? I meet, I think, a few this type of people in my life, you know. So then it seems during the Buddha's time, there was this type of people also. There were this man also. So Ananda asked the Buddha, what happened? Why this man so rich and yet he cannot spend his money? You know what happened? The Buddha said, because in the past, this man has done a very good dana. Maybe offer a good lunch to an arahat, or maybe offer to build a monastery. You know, he did that. That's why the money gushed back to him. However, when he was doing that dana, he was not sincere. He doesn't mean to do it, man. He was forced to do it. Maybe, you know, like in some of the charity dinner, somebody asks out, hey, come on, Carol. Okay, you do. Actually, I don't want to do, no. Wow, everybody clap hand already. Do lah, what, how, 擺上台你知冇? Have to do lor. do that dana actually very good, no, but I don't have intention to do, no, I was forced to do. But the money come back, no, but you cannot enjoy. Scary, yeah? You cannot enjoy. It's like this old client of mine, the moment he spend the money, he feel very guilty. He feel very comfortable living like a beggar. Why? Because he don't have guilt. The moment he spend the money, he have a lot of guilt. Because while he was doing the dana that time, he didn't have intention to do it. The money still come back, but he just cannot enjoy it because he doesn't deserve. This is karma match lah. Okay, understand? So that's why a lot of times we don't match wrongly, you see. So, okay, this one is wealth. Okay, next, we talk about beauty and looks and health. In order to be beautiful and good looking, okay, so what do? It's not plastic surgery. It's not slimming down. It's not eat this, eat that, or heavy makeup. It's not. It is don't kill. Sila. Don't kill, you get very healthy body. Okay? Save life. Give good food. Give good food to the people around or even animals. Good food. King's dana. Or maybe beautify people around us. Put flower on the altar. Beautify the center. My sister was saying, she go to one center. She saw all those people who actually buy flowers for the altar. All the looks are very beautiful. In the past, they also like doing already. Some people just like doing this type of thing, and they usually looks very beautiful. Okay, so this is the direct karmic match, right? And then there's a difference between beautiful and good looks. Some people can be beautiful, but you look one time, okay lah. Some people are good looking. Good looking may not be very beautiful, but you like to look at that person. This is why, this is actually the good heart. A person, when you have a good heart, you get this purple color aura. And this aura, very funnily, we all cannot see, but it has an attraction that make people like to look at that person. That's why practice good heart. Very broad heart, wholesome. Then that person got that kind of look. And this kind of look is not beautiful, no. It's very good looking. You see the difference? You like to look at that person. This type. So these are the direct karmic match. Next, high social status or good recognition. These are people, not through false respect, through money or a position. A lot of people have got this high ranking or high position, high social status because they buy. They use money. They use force. Means they use position. They use power. So these are not real. Okay? But what the Buddha said, if you want very good social status, we must practice good speech. Speech. You become the person who mean what you say. Then people respect us from the bottom of our heart. Okay? The Mahayana, we have 4. No harsh words. Harsh and vulgar words. Number 2, don't tell lies. Honest with your words. No frivolous talk. Frivolous talk are like when you talk something you don't mean, or maybe you like to tease people, or make fun of somebody. This type are called frivolous talks. Okay? And then also no gossip. So don't gossip, small talk here, small talk. This type of people, the karmic match, the retribution is that you have very good social status because you become a man of your words. People have trust in you very automatically. Not because he has power, he got money, I'm scared of him. Those are false false respect. It can be F-O-R-C-E, false, or F-A-L-S-E, also false. We respect them because they are in that position only, not because of that person. Okay, so this is the third one. And the fourth one, ability. Ability, if you want very good ability in doing your work, efficiency, or maybe effectiveness, or maybe can speak very well in the public, or can sing very well, or have talent in drawing, whatever, then one you have to practice bhavana. Okay, you have to have very good seven consciousness tendency. Okay, with samadhi, with tranquility, we actually excel in a lot of things that we do. Okay, not go for training class, go for don't know what, learn something, learning that one is not from inside. I used to have two friends, both also sing well, but the one that born singer one is very different. The one learn to sing well one is also very different. The one learn how to sing well one, I say okay lah, 唔錯啦, that's all lah. But you give a new song, she will say, give me 3 days, I come back. Because need to learn. The one born singer, every song she sings is very nice. Because born singer. You see? So all these are your tendency in your 6, 7, and 8. Okay? And lastly, this one a lot to say, relationship. If you want good relationship with your loved ones, your children, your spouse, what do we practice? It's not by giving them material, giving them attention, spend time with them. God lah, this is what a lot of people say like that lah. But what kind of time and what kind of material you give them, does it really help? The true direct karmic match is, good speech is one of them. Another one is, you must practice reduction of ego. We must reduce our ego. Okay? Ever ready to say sorry and bow down and repent and willingly to change over. Definitely you will have very good relationship. You don't even have to spend a lot of time or give a lot of money. No need. A sincere heart with very lower ego, definitely you mend back all the relationship. Correct or not? How you feel when spend time with somebody who easily says sorry and then soft-spoken, very low ego? You feel good, isn't it? Rather than somebody give you a lot of money, yes, but also a lot of expectation and also a lot of attention. That attention can choke us also. Again, it can drown us. Sometimes too much attention also. So that's why. And if you want to have a loyal relationship, of course, we avoid sexual misconduct. Because we cannot practice betrayal. When we don't practice betrayal, we are a person who is very loyal, then you usually tend to meet a person who is also loyal. Okay? These are the direct match. Okay? So when we meet the direct match, when we know what we want, we plant the seed according to what we want. Okay, then we will get the right retribution that we wanted. So rather than you plant the wrong thing, and then like for example, this is very common. I want to be rich, hardworking. This is not, I see so many hardworking people, but they just cannot make it in life. Because the seed is not there. The dana seed is not there. And because of that, you didn't know about it, we feel so small. We feel so inferior. We thought we are no good. No such thing. Under the Mahayana text, even the Buddha said, nobody is no good one. It was you thought. Because you've got all the wrong information, wrong matching. Okay? This is using wisdom to eradicate jealousy. So remember, we must know the right karmic law, how karmic seeds work and how karmic match works. That's why we will tend to get what we want, and rather than feeling small by just thinking, I'm no good, I'm no good. No, this is not right. Okay? This is under using wisdom, worldly wisdom to eradicate jealousy. However, this is not the ultimate. Okay? The ultimate is that we use a supramundane wisdom, which is something very, very new and very few people talk about. We call concept breaking. Okay, this part is a little bit deep. Okay, we have to... it's not deep because I present it this way, I think much easier for everybody to digest. This supramundane wisdom is something that we call panya, 般若智慧. This is exactly what the Buddha talked about. The working of karma is very much for the Buddha tell the worldly beings, okay, this is the law of nature. Okay? Supramundane wisdom, it is wisdom that go beyond the law of nature. Go beyond the samsaric law. That's why the concept is very different. That is the reason why we need a Buddha to come here and tell us. Because within samsara, I tell you, if I'm older, I can also tell karma already. Because I saw. You only need a sage like Lao Tzu, or whoever, Kongzi, Confucius, to tell you some of the law of nature. Because we can see for ourselves in this samsara how nature works. Okay, the ancient China wisdom can tell a lot already. We don't need a Buddha to tell us. But why did the Buddha come? The Buddha came here to tell us something not inside the samsara. Or else you don't need a Buddha. The Buddha is so great, So that's why he came here to tell us the way to eradicate our suffering through something we never see in samsara that go beyond the samsara. Okay? So that's why we call it supramundane wisdom. Okay? So now we go inside. What is this supramundane wisdom? When there's inability to achieve comparing with others, we feel small, we feel weak, we feel inferior, insecure. Because others got, I don't have. I feel very deprived. I feel I'm not good enough. So I have jealousy. This is usual. Wisdom will handle the first part. How to get it with the right karma match, karma seed. Then we can achieve. It's not that I'm no good. I can use this way to finally achieve the 5 worldly gains. Correct or not? This is the wisdom of karmic law. This is the first part, worldly wisdom. Worldly wisdom, we handle the 5 worldly gains. However, under panya wisdom, we handle the second part. We don't talk about the worldly wisdom anymore. Because the worldly wisdom is innocent. Okay? So we handle the second part. The feeling small, weak, we break the concept so that we don't feel small and weak anymore. Okay, how do we do it? Under the first part, the wisdom part, we got to keep telling ourselves when we don't get something we wanted, we feel jealous. We got to keep telling ourselves, I don't have the karma, I don't have the karma seed, I didn't do enough dana, You keep telling you, because you're already jealous. So you have to say something to remind yourself so that you don't feel jealous. So this is under wisdom. Better than nothing lah. Better than nothing. Okay? However, you still constantly need to remind ourselves. But under panya wisdom, you don't have to at all. It is total freedom. A total freedom. We call this 出世間法啦，出世間法 panya wisdom out of samsara. So, okay, let's go into this. When we have these 5 worldly gains, what do we think about these 5 worldly gains? Since the day we were born until today, we were actually bombarded with a lot of concepts, correct or not? When we were young, we grew up with our parents. Parents say must make money, must study well, you must be beautiful, we must have relationship, must have family. Our parents tell us that. My teacher says that. My friend says it. The society also give me that kind of looks. So I pick up all these concepts from surrounding. That these 5 worldly gains is very important. They are good stuff. And we must have these 5 worldly gains so that we are considered good, strong, high, and normal. You say normal, Tim. Don't have me abnormal. Oh, so bad, you see. So that's why we're so scared, We must have. Okay, this is the concept that we perceive. So they are signs, the 5 worldly gains are signs and yardstick of success and victory. Correct or not? So when we got that time, we are high, we are strong, we are good, we are normal, So, but when we don't have, we feel low, weak, and abnormal, and then we are very deprived. Correct or not? This is a concept that kills all of us. Okay? So this concept makes us our whole life, what do we do? Chase after the high, avoid the low. Correct or not? We make sure we have these 5 worldly gains. We make sure when we don't have, we faster come out of it. Whole life, whole life. Okay? That's why we're so tired. We're so busy. We're so much of fear and anger. Because we want the high. We want that side. We don't want this side. Okay? We're so frantic. Okay? And when we are low and weak, and when we cannot get, we get very jealous. Okay? We tie back to that topic, jealousy. So, Panya wisdom allows us to see this. Actually, the real culprit of the whole thing is this high and low thing, The 5 worldly pursuits, the 5 worldly gains, they are mere phenomena. But we like to call it high. When you don't have, you are low. These are concepts that is 根深固底 How? Very deeply grounded inside us, You cannot tear it out because so many people has been telling me, and so the whole samsara has been talking about this way. So now Panya wisdom is out of samsara. Can we think otherwise? Can we jump out of this concept that trapped us for so many lifetime, Okay? So, actually all these extreme, the concepts create extreme separation of views, This concept, okay? They are all manifested by our ego. It was the ego that tells us, that they are good and bad. They are high and low. And they are right and wrong. Can we actually make good, high, and right not so positive? Can we make bad, low, and wrong not so negative? Can we do that? We are playing with concepts only. Because 一切唯心是造, everything from the mind. It's up to the mind to say. That's why the Buddha said, hello, you are in a dream, you know or not? You are in this dream of concept that actually you bind yourself and trap yourself so hard. That's why we suffer because of this concept. Okay? So, what is these 5 worldly gains then? These 5 worldly gains they are merely phenomena. When this phenomena happen, we thought having these things, we are more capable, we are more advantaged. Okay? This is what the word tells us. Now, can we do other way? Having these 5 doesn't mean that you are capable. Doesn't mean that you are good. Can we see things that way? This is called concept breaking. Okay, we go through one by one. You see how the concept breaking things works. This thing is very deep and very profound. Because if you can break this concept, you are no longer samsaric being. You are a saint. You are a saint. But the whole world will say, 你黐線㗎. fine. Okay. That's why you need to be very courageous. You need to be very hardworking. That's why when I say, the make money, no need hardworking one. It's not hardworking. That means no need hardworking lah. A lot of people will ask things like that lah. Okay, this is fallen into the other side. Actually, hardworking is a bodhisattva virtue. It's not a tool to make money. You need to be hardworking all the time, watching your mind. Not hardworking to work, to make money. There's wrong matching of karmic match already. Hardworking we still need, because you need to fight the flow of samsaric concept, When you have to go the other side, you need to be so hardworking, so courageous, and so determined. This we call the bodhisattva virtues. So now, let's try to see all the 5 worldly gains as not so positive. So we break the concept first. Okay? So after that, why we need to break? Because eventually, when this separation of views are not so separated, actually good is bad, bad is good, is okay, then we won't be so frantic, so crazy over the 5 worldly gains. Because we already broken the concept that we thought these are the good stuff. Okay, because we see the other side of the story. Okay, so to balance up, okay, this is called concept breaking. Okay, so we negate all this good stuff lah. Number 1, because I like to use examples lah. We go through the example, easier to understand, or else how to break concept. Okay, one by one, look at material and wealth. A lot of times we thought, okay, wealthy people are capable people. Okay, are people of more advantage. Okay, let's look, have a bit of samadhi and look at ourselves, look at the people around us. Okay, especially among the rich people. You will find that many of them are actually not so capable one, no. Serious. Not so smart, not so capable, not so clever as we thought. Okay, and not great at all. Right? And some not highly educated. No. Okay? And they are not advanced and not morally high. No. See this. See the other side of the story. To balance up our view. Okay? You say better advantage. I don't think so. Why? Because I see many of them are still very unhappy, very angry, and also very worrying because of their status, of their wealth. Okay? Don't talk far, talk about raising children. Do you know that rich people have very big problem raising children? How? You have all the money, you drive big car, Wellfire, Audi, then there's a Bentley I never heard before, one a big car. So when your son got a license, you buy what for him? My V, huh? Cannot, isn't it? You must buy at least a Mini Cooper lah. So can the boy handle? But if you don't buy, you scared he hate you. Because you sit so nice car. But cause serious, isn't it? So when I look at my rich friends, actually I sympathize with them. How? The children cannot handle. But you are having, So these are the rich people's predicament. Really, they're very hard to raise children in a very normal way. One. And this is their next generation. We're talking about their next generation. Okay? Tax, income tax and government. Come after who? Rich people. Ordinary people like us, nobody care. Got a little bit of correspondence only. Huh? Robbers, they are highly targeted. Their own ego, because rich already, they are there, make sure they maintain, You know how stressful to maintain? And even maintaining is not easy. What more? To do better some more? Okay, And then your relatives and your friends. A lot of rich people, they complain about what things? They don't have true friends. Because they don't know how to see true friends. Those people who come to them, are they really for their friendship or for money? They themselves question, Get me not? I also have a group of friends. We were actually very good friends. Suddenly, one lady, she became very rich. So all of us still friends lah. But somehow I start to see funny people coming into our circle. All these come in and angkat one, So angkat until I also feel goose pimples. So the true friends around her feel very lousy. Then we move away. Then she was surrounded with all the intentions people. Because good friends will surely feel out of place already, what? So after that, we move away. She left with all these intentions people. After that, swindle her money. This is something I see for myself. So are they really so advantaged? So we have to learn to see the other side of the story. Then we start to break the concept. Hey, being rich, are you sure it's a bed of roses? Or are you sure they are very capable people? You get me? So you break the concept. Number 2, beauty. Okay? Beautiful, we thought a lot of attention, a lot of fame, so much favor, always advantage. We thought, But is it advantageous to be beautiful? We can see sometimes as we grow, really no peace and no freedom for beautiful people. Because they are always hung around with all these, kacak uying, That's why, especially a young girl who is beautiful, I can see their fate. I have some beautiful friends. When they were young, they were spoiled. As when they grow up, they want to study. But so many disturbance, so many people come disturb. So she cannot study really. Because she has to make sure she's beautiful all the time. And it is very stressful also. So she cannot study. That's why when we go to MU, no beautiful girls, no. All very ordinary like us like that. So, no, because beautiful girls cannot study really. They want to study, but they cannot because of the external interference. So, as they grow up, they marry a man. Okay. Why did the man marry her? Pretty. You scared or not? Because today, the boy marry you because you're 28. You become 38. You become 48. You become 58. But the man, the view of beautiful things is always at 28. You get me not? So you will feel very stressful and you feel very worried as you age, as that person age. So that's why you have a lot of fear, a lot of stress to upkeep, That's why they said, Hong Ngan To Pok Mang. Because after that, the man will, or maybe will have other choices. Because as the man grew older, maybe financial status better, but the man like pretty things. That's why marry you. So girls at 18 and 28 is a constant. Everywhere also got. But my age, I will grow old. You get me not? So you will get very insecure. That's why is it good to be so pretty. You see the other side of the story. You break the concept. Okay? So beautiful people are not so advantaged as well. They have their own predicament. And in order to maintain, also not easy. When they go out, they make sure they wash their hair, blow, cannot wear slipper, go out. Must dress up to go out. You know why? Because subconsciously, she already think everybody is looking at her. You see? So this is very tiring. Okay, next. High status. High social status. Do you think they are very capable or they are very of advantage? Okay, so we see again. When somebody is of very high ranking, usually they have to shoulder more responsibility. Okay, so they were forced to become leaders And then they have to shoulder whatever the challenge is. So they have to handle all the complaints, the grudges, the challenges, and then they have to make sure they remain there because of the ego status. They are already so high up there. So these are the predicament that they are not so advantaged as we thought. And then, are you sure that they are at high ranking there is because they are very capable? You see for yourself, so many of them were there because of conditioning only. Or maybe because of timing. Okay? Or maybe some of them politicking, favoritism. So many other things. Okay? And maybe some I saw with my own eyes, even my ex-bosses, they were there because they want him to be puppet. Because he is subdued to their demands. You good boy, okay, I let you sit on a higher level so that you sign everything, approve everything. They are like that. So when you see this kind of thing, you start to think, somebody high up there may not be because he's capable, may not be a bed of roses. Okay, then you start to think, this 5 worldly gain, is it so good? Is it so advantage to their advantage? Okay, so you start to see all these things. Why the purpose is to break the concept. The purpose is not to, that's why I say no good. That's why I don't want, it's not that, it's because out of jealousy you say things like that. It's not that. The purpose is to break the concept of these very ingrained, preconceived ideas that all these are good things. Okay, you must break all these concepts. Like for example, ability. Okay, the next one, ability. You thought people with ability and capability are very well-liked, are very better, very advantaged. Not necessary, because a lot of times, not only they have to shoulder the responsibility, they actually have more stress. Because they are of capability, people praise them already. So they have to maintain that level. And because of this praise and they got attached to this ability, they tend to want to hold on to it. You have to maintain whatever you are. If you are a good singer, you make sure you are always the best singer among the community. When somebody better than you, threaten. The positioning, you have to make sure this. Like for example, you have to maintain the results if you are of good ability. Say, for example, what kind of ability? Like working efficiency and the effectiveness. All this ability, you have a price to pay one. Not to say no good, it's just that the things behind that coming with is not a bed of roses. Okay? And then finally, relationship. Relationship and attention. Okay, so we thought, wow, having good relationship, you can enjoy the closeness, the attachment, and you got a lot of attention and then a lot of favors. Are you sure having good relationship so beautiful? As that, you must understand it can be very stressful when you are very close with somebody. Especially, you tend to worry a lot for that person. Because of the attachment. Anything, let's say, have to part, the sorrow can be very, very deep. Okay? And then also, a lot of times, when the relationship is very close, there's always no more freedom anymore. Because a lot of entangled emotions. Okay? So, very close also got problem. And then, very close relationship, we tend to have high expectation. Okay? Sometimes I think back to myself, luckily my parents don't really love me so much, Actually, I feel much more free, you see. Correct or not? If your parents love you, why your expectations are so heavy, Correct? Especially when the relationship very close, you tend to be spoilt and not so independent. I prefer to be independent and I know how to handle my own problems. You see, if a very good relationship doesn't mean that it's a bed of roses. Like what the Buddha said, when you have 10 loved ones, you have 10 sorrows. Because still we have to die, isn't it? We have to part, isn't it? When you have two loved ones, you have two sorrow. You have one loved one, you still got one sorrow. But if you have don't have any loved ones, you don't have any sorrow. So are you sure this relationship thing so you yearn for it? Other people so close, you're so jealous. Are you sure this is the right way of thinking? Okay? So that's why when we see the other side of these 5 worldly gains, we start to bring the concept. Okay? That people with these 5 worldly gains, all right, not necessarily they are capable, they are more capable, not necessarily they are more advantaged. When a person who do not have these 5, doesn't mean that this person is inadequate or very deprived. It's not. You get me not? So you break the concept that 5 worldly gains means very good. Very high, very strong. No, it is not. It is not necessarily to be like that. Okay? That's why the Diamond Sutra, the Buddha always said, 即非啊，非啊，非啊，凡一切上皆是虛妄，若見諸相非相啊，非相啊。You negate all this concept. Because these concepts are the ones that built by our own ego and thought it was like that. And this ego thing built because of the whole samsara people are thinking like that. So the Buddha said that the samsara is a dream. Hey, please wake up. It is not like that. You want to remain in samsara or you want to go to nibbana? If you want to leave samsara, don't think like the samsara way. A samsara is actually trapped by all concepts, preconceived concepts, planted by all samsaric beings. Okay? So we have to wake up. So once we break loose with this concept that 5 worldly gains means this person is better, more capable, we break loose, and we see so many times, we start to nullify the separation of view. Not to say so good already. Actually, it's also not bad also. Not good, not bad. Not high, not low. When there is no more separation of view, no more high and low, I don't have jealousy one. What is it to jealous? Your 5 worldly gains, you get, I'm happy for you. But if you don't get, it's okay one. Same goes with me. If I get, good lah. But if I don't have, also got another good side lah. Also very good one. You start to see, you loosen up the concept that all this has been binding us like a puppet. Okay? So all these concepts are only samsara beings branding all these phenomena with this samsaric view. Okay? So, with a person without these 5 worldly gains, really, it doesn't mean that they are not capable. They are incapable. It's not that. Okay? And doesn't mean that they are weaker. It doesn't mean that they are more deprived. Okay? In fact, they can be more peaceful. They can be more free. They can be themselves. Less trouble. Don't have lah. No need so much one. Middle lah, enough lah. Got a bit enough lah. Okay? And can be happier and less stressful. In fact, when we don't have these 5 worldly gains. Okay? So you nullify the views. Once the view come down, the separation of view no longer exists. If we can do until good is equal to bad, bad is equal to good, which is actually how the bodhisattva see things. That's why this is called sunyata. Sunyata means what? Emptiness. Emptiness means anything up to you to see only. This is emptiness. Emptiness is what? Emptiness is open. Up to us to whether you want to see this is good or this is bad. Up to you. Because emptiness means anything can happen in any form. See how you want to see things only. It depends on probability. Okay, probability. You want to see good, become good. You want to see bad, become bad. Because it plays with probability. And emptiness has infinite potential. If you say good, it becomes real, and then the potential can be maximized. If you say bad, it becomes real, and the potential can be very detrimental. The potential is up to you to play with also. This is called emptiness. Okay? So emptiness is the structure, the framework of samsara. You know structure? You build a building, you need a structure, right? So this structure we sit on is called emptiness. Or for the samsara structure to sit on, for the samsara to sit on, they sit onto a platform called emptiness. That's why within this samsara, it's up to you how you want to play. How you want to see things only. This is called emptiness. Emptiness is like internet. You know, internet, whereby YouTube sit on it, Google sit on it, Facebook sit on it. So, this internet, you can do anything you want. Because emptiness is the internet of the samsara. Samsara is also another software only. And when you come to Lankavatara Sutra, this one, you very, very mind-boggling one. The entire samsara is only a software. Okay? And you and I are only cartoons. The Buddha said. And today, the scientists are actually looking into this area. They start to say, I don't dare to use the word proven, but they already confirm, okay, that we are merely holograms. You know, we are holograms. You and I not real one, no. We also real, because you hologram, I also hologram. So we see very real. You see, not? That's why a deva see us transparent one, no. When we see a ghost, actually also transparent one. No? Ghost see us also transparent one. Because we are only holograms. We are so hard, we see so real, is because of manifestation of consciousness of the four elements. This is written in Lankavatara Sutta. Even this part, the scientists cannot tell. Why so real? It was because of a consciousness cheating us. Because we come into third dimension. Once you're in third dimension, you're given these kind of attributes. These four seeds. The four element seeds are inside the consciousness. Earth, you see things very hard, very heavy. Fire, you feel things got heat, got cold. Water, you see things got moist, got dry. Wind, you see things moving and stagnant. So these four elements give you all these attributes. You thought all these are real. They are not. Very hard, very hard to believe. Very hard to believe. Never mind. But the scientists say we are holograms. Okay, you check you go up. Those men, they all like science. You go and check holographic principle. Okay, very interesting. Okay, now, after I have nullified this concept that having these 5 worldly gains means good, I nullify it. I shake this concept. So actually, it's not like that. So finally, when we don't have these 5 worldly gains, we are absolutely okay. Because in my concept, I already broken it. I know this is a lie. This is a samsaric view only. Okay? So I've broken it. And then because I've seen through it, we call 睇透佢. I've seen through. Because you meet with so many people, you do a lot of research yourself. Does it mean that a person who is very rich is always capable? They are better people? and when I don't have, does it mean that I am a weaker person, a person of not any worth? It's not. It's definitely not. Okay? So, we saw the ultimate truth. So, this is the one. Okay? I want to show you. They are mere phenomena. Okay? The 5 worldly gains are mere phenomena. But we brand it with a lot of samsaric concept. Saying this is good or bad. Okay? Or the separation of views. Conclusion. When we break concept of separation, there is no more good nor bad. It is merely unfolding of phenomena. Okay? Suddenly become rich, suddenly become poor, suddenly born beautiful, then can be ugly at the end of life. Somebody born not beautiful, at the end of life become beautiful. You know, all these things lah. You talk about relationship can be very close, then after that no more. You know, then become good again, and then after that no more again. So it's a phenomena unfolding. If we do not know this thing, you know what we do or not? When this unfolding of phenomena, we chase. When we lost the wealth, we chase after more because scared, we want to come out of it. When we don't have, we chase. When we have, we maintain. And when we lose it, we cry. You react to the phenomena happening. That's why we are so much suffering, because we thought all this phenomena has a lot of ajinomoto. Good, no good, bad, low, high, this is right, this is wrong. So many brands, we put. Actually, they are merely phenomena happening. So, when you saw all these are merely phenomena happening, we do not feel inadequate anymore. When I have lah. I won't feel very great about it. This one is relative. When you feel very great, when you have, when you lose that time, you feel very small. It's actually same extent. So, because I don't have this separation of view, when I have it lor. Just like the Buddha, when he is so rich, the son of a king, rich lor. I think he rich. Throw away lah. Go and become monk lah. So you don't have a lot of separation of views. To you, very rich, very famous, a lot of people like you, it's okay. It's nothing very great, nothing one. Because you already broke the concept. And when you are not, when you're poor, when you are nobody wants you, or very lonely, or maybe not beautiful, okay. You don't feel inadequate because you don't believe in that 5 worldly gains is equivalent to you are somebody great. I don't believe in that anymore. I sincerely don't believe in it. Deeply believe that this is not right. So, when I don't have, and because of this, when I don't have, I don't feel inadequate. I don't feel I'm deprived. So, when I don't have and somebody have, why need to feel jealous one? You don't even have jealousy arising. Because the concept already not there. If you don't use panya, wisdom, the jealousy arises, then you have to subdue it. Or you have to say something to nullify your jealousy. But under panya wisdom, jealousy doesn't even arise. Because the concept is not there. So, because of this, you don't have this separation of views. They're peaceful and free. And finally, we come back to our Buddha nature. Okay? When we come back to Buddha nature, all the concept broken, there's no high and low, no extreme of views. We are like nature. We go back to Buddha nature. We flow like wind, we flow like water. Because there's no concept that stops us. Okay? So what is next? Finally, you see joy. Joy will surface automatically because of that. Today the topic is jealousy versus joy. And I can tell you, joy is not something we can discuss. It's not something we can learn or practice. Joy is an effect. Don't learn to be joyful. Don't learn to be kind. All these are effect. You know, effect. The effect of awakening are these things. Your fourth Brahma Vihara. 慈悲喜舍. Metta. Metta is an effect. You cannot learn one. Yeah, you can learn. 2 weeks are the most. After that, go back to normal. Because it's an effect. Okay? Compassion. Compassion also an effect. What? Why you feel compassionate with somebody? Because you went through the suffering. Then suddenly compassion comes up. I can understand you. When I don't go through that path, I compassionate you. You believe he can or not? You must walk through the path, right? That's why compassion is also a effect. So is joy. So is equanimity. To me, I feel equanimity, another word for it, I would say surrendering. Surrendering. Surrendering, like anything happen, I surrender. I know anything happen to me is always for the better. I surrender. And this one is 慈悲喜舍, is the highest one, you know. But this one is definitely an effect. You cannot tell people, surrender lah. How to surrender when I have got so many loved ones? I want this, I want that. How to surrender? You hear me? It's an effect. So joy finally will surface because at the end of the day, when there is no place for jealousy and with all the right view, you don't have to chase and you don't have to avoid anymore. You feel very light-hearted. And when you feel very light-hearted, your joy gush out. Because all this effect, the 4 Brahma Vihara plus all the gratitude, let go, all these are actually inside the Buddha nature. And we don't have to learn. We only need to make sure our view is right. So, when I deeply believe that all these 5 worldly gains doesn't mean anything, but when my friend got the 5 worldly gains, I will definitely feel joyful for them. Because this is not what I want, but I'm happy for you because this is what you want. Correct or not? I'm happy for you because this is what you want from your perspective. That's why an awakened person definitely feel very happy for all the samsaric beings when they meet with success, when a lot of gains, you know. They're happy for you because this is what you want. But doesn't mean that I have to believe in that thing that they are pursuing. You get me or not? So this is how sympathetic joy came. When they get it, I'm happy, even though I don't have, because I don't really believe in it. I don't really believe in it. But they are happy, I'm happy for them. But sorry lah, if you very believe in it, you sure feel something, man. Because now I broke the concept already, I don't believe in it anymore. So this is called Panya wisdom. And you see, this way of breaking concept, I don't have to remind myself, because jealousy doesn't arise. That's why we call this 不生不灭. You know, the earlier one we use wisdom, the jealousy arise, then we tell ourselves, no lah, I don't have the karma, you have to say something to console ourselves so that I'm not so jealous. Okay? That one is arising and falling. 生生灭灭. This is samsara. Samsara is like that. So, out of samsara is 不生不灭, non-arising, non-perishing. No need. Because jealousy doesn't arise. What is there to talk? What is there to console? I don't even feel jealous. You get me now? That's why Panya wisdom is very powerful. That's why this is called total freedom. 解脱, 解脱了. Because When somebody doing very well and I'm very little, I'm still very happy, no? Then, because the view, it's because of my view. You get me, not? This is very, very workable, and this is why the Buddha came. The Buddha said, use panya wisdom to free yourself, because we are bounded by our concept, manifested by our ego. That's all. So, I think this concept is a bit new, and in fact, not many people talking about it. But under 5 PAT, we talk a lot on panya wisdom. Okay, and we actually have this in English. We've just completed this last year. This itself, we talk a lot about concept breaking. There are 11 chapters inside. So how you use concept breaking to not only overcome jealousy, overcome your 4 emotions, fear, anger, your guilt, and sadness, using concept breaking. Okay, so this is the latest in English. Cantonese, we have it long time. But if you want, you can get it in the YouTube. You type 5 PAT, then you will get. Okay, so until here, anybody want to ask anything about this concept breaking thing or not? Very new, this concept. But it's very doable, tell you. Yes.
So you say that you don't have any jealousy towards anybody because you have broken the concept. That concept. You have broken the concept. But some people not able to break. That's why the feelings of jealousy is very bad. Yes. Yeah. So that is a step that we need to do.
Yes, that's why we need to keep seeing. Under the skill, under 5 PAT, we have 5 bodhisattva skill. One is step back and reposition. You all know lah, the one Chao San, okay, that one. The second one is chak. That means tear apart your emotion and the situation, the happening, right? The third one is Okmi. Okmi is the one that we use to break concept. We call it observe, contemplate, match, and investigate. So this Okmi thing, you need to do so many times. There are 3 proof and 5 database. All these are spoken by the Buddha, really like accountant. No, 3 proofs, 5 database. The database is like, you see one case, add on to your database. You see another case, add on to your database. So when the database reach to a certain amount, your concept start to shake. You don't believe anymore. You get me, not? Because, again, what is sunyata? Sunyata talk about probability. When you keep seeing things, hey, it's not like that, it's not like that. You see 1,000 times, you know it's not like that. You get me, not? Because of probability, But you keep seeing, you see so nice the person, you see, wow, got rich man, wow, so nice. You keep seeing like that, it become real. You must make sure you are rich. Because you keep seeing this way. Sunyata is yam lay dim thai. I like to use few forwards. Yam lay dim thai forwards. Up to you. You want your life to be in heaven or in hell? Up to you. This is sunyata. It's so interesting. Everybody has a choice. There's no such thing as I have no choice. Because this samsara is built using sunyata. You get me or not? You know, depressed people, they always think that they got no choice. No. Actually, that is very wrong. Because the whole makeup of the samsara is up to you to how you want to see things. That's why you see 2 children, 2 also ill-treated or abused children. One turned up to be drug addict. Another one turned up to be very successful businessman. Got not? Got right? Why? Because the one successful one saw sunyata. The one become drug addict, thought that he has no choice. It's just as simple as that. You get me or not? So all these you can see with the people around us one. That's why the entire 5 PAT only ask us no chanting la, no praying la, no repentance. No. Go and see. Match with what you saw with what the Buddha said. On the Panya side. You see things from a very different perspective. Because this is samsara. Don't follow what the samsaric being say. Follow what the out of samsaric being tell us. So that you can rise above it. You can go beyond samsara. You get me or not? If you can arrive, this is what you want all the time. Total freedom. Total freedom means what, When this thing happen again, it doesn't affect you. Okay, let's say I'm angry now. So I, then after that, okay, not angry already. So you thought, oh, no more. Next day, your husband say the same thing, angry again. This is not freedom, no. You're free now only. Free this round, you're not angry anymore. Okay, he said sorry already. Then the next day he say the same thing, or another person say about the same thing, you get angry again. This is not freedom. Total freedom means whatever that happens, it doesn't affect you because you don't have that concept anymore. And in fact, when that thing happens, you don't even know that you need to get angry. You don't have that concept. That's why you become very 自在. 自在 means what? That means you don't have to be careful. Your mind, your mind, make sure, okay, aware. No need. Because you don't have that concept. You are like that. You don't you're very free. You are very free. This is what the Diamond Sutra talk about also. So if you know Cantonese, you go up to 5 PAT, you listen to Diamond Sutra. Also very interesting. It talk about the 4 concepts, the 4 main concepts that kill all of us. And when the Buddha talk about these 4 concepts, it's telling us every bit, every second, every corner of our life. We are soaked in these 4 concepts, 4 main concepts. So hard. Like cement, You get me? Cement. Okay. So anybody, you want to ask anything? Yes.
So meaning we start with the awareness first, right? And then from the awareness, then we move on to breaking the concept.
Correct. You can actually start with stepping back first. 抽身. You step back and reposition yourself. Okay. And then you address some of your emotion. If you see jealousy, if you see hatred, if you see anger, So all these you must know how to segregate your emotion with your ego. That one is the second skill. Then after that, you tell yourself, from this tearing out, you know what is clingy on yourself, That means what is trapping you. You know you cannot come up with one concept. Definitely there is a concept that I hold on. So when you saw this concept, you go and do research on it. You realize this concept is actually your hurt only. You go inside this hurt and then you look at what is this concept that you cannot let go. Maybe some people, they cannot let go of a concept that you cannot say I'm wrong. They just cannot accept mistake. So every time I get angry, it's about the same old thing one. Because he say I'm wrong. Because this way, he look at me, that means I'm no good. Mistake, I'm not capable. If you hold on to this one, when you do the tearing of your ego and your emotion, you realize, actually I am very, very hardcore on this concept that being right is very important. Wrong is very bad. We are so afraid of mistakes, So that's why we say cannot make mistake. The moment the children have this, when they grow up, they come up with this one. So every time it become a hurt. So every time when you see somebody make mistake or you make mistake, you feel very affected. Then you know there's a concept you need to break. That means, what is this mistake? What is this right and wrong? Is it so bad a mistake? Then you make a research on mistake. compute your database, collect. You know Cantonese? You listen to the orange color one. Orange color or skill. How you break concept inside there. The purple, this also itself, we already talk about a lot of panya wisdom on how to break concept to gain back our total freedom. Along this journey of concept breaking, you need to be very courageous because the whole world will not tell you the same. You are very lonely one. But it's very okay. Because the other side of the world, which is out of samsara, there are so many Buddhas and Bodhisattvas waiting for you. Okay? Here, we are very lonely. Because samsara being will not tell you this. They will think that they cheat your sin. But it's okay lah. As long as you know what the Buddha said lah. Huh? Okay? So this journey is tough. That's why you need to be even more hardworking, more courageous, and more determined. You use this on the Dharma path, Not go in the corporate world, friend. Not go and make money, These are the Bodhisattva virtues, is for us to walk the samsaric path, so to wake up. Okay? Somebody seems to want to ask something. Yes, sorry.
Just now you mentioned the steps, step back, separation, emotion, and the whole series, the whole 4 steps are.
Five Bodhisattva skills.
Can you mention again?
Number 1 is step back and reposition. Okay. Number 2 is tearing. Number 3 is Okmi. The observe, contemplate, match, and investigate. Okmi 3 and 5. Then number 4, vow. And number 5, your motto, M-O-T-T-O, repetition. These 5 Bodhisattva skills are the skills of the Maha Bodhisattva. They are still using. It's only that they are at their 95 or 98%. We start lah. We maybe 2%, 3%, 5%, but at least we are doing what they are doing. It's just that we are not skillful. So at least we are towards them. 5 PAT we call the 5 practical application of transformation. Actually, this 5 is the 5 wheel. Under our 5 PAT, we are talking about these 5 skills. Because we notice, especially the Mahayana, community, they talk a lot of wisdom are at the effect level. So when you're at the effect level, you cannot go very far because you are not. It's just like the Mahayana said, 要放下，要接受。How to 放下, how to 接受, these are all effect, So it's very difficult for us to 放下 when we have so much hurt inside, when we don't understand, our view is so hard, so hardcore. So it's so difficult to continue holding on the effect, Even in the Complete Enlightenment Sutta, the Buddha said, do not practice my achievement. The Buddha said, do not practice my achievement. You cannot practice effect, of a Buddha. The Buddha is 100% total freedom. Okay? You cannot practice the effect. We must practice, then this the 5 Start to wake up, see, bombard with different views, bombard with all the wrong concept, but you break. Then you start to wake up. Finally, one day when we are awoke, all this effect is all behind already. Understand? So, a lot of work, but very interesting and very challenging. Because it's not only doing it here in the temple or monastery, you even have to do it when you go to work. When all your anger and your emotion bombard us during work, in the house, in the family, so many challenges, this is where your 5 skills will have to come. So when you apply the 5 skills, initially you're sure very, not skillful, very raw with it. But once you are very skillful with it, you look for your problems, You look for your challenges. Because that's where you apply. At that time, you're entering into stagehood already. Because you're looking for situation coming. You're not scared of challenges anymore. Okay? So, never mind lah, slowly lah. Okay, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Verse of transference of merits.
May the merits I accrue today help me to eliminate my karmic debts. May they support the development of wisdom, which reveals the ultimate truth that all phenomena are mind-made. May the merits also ripen conditions that will distance me from those inverted view of samsara, made real by the ego, so as to awake the deluded mind from this dreamlike world of delusion. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.